All right, we're here with Steve Koop.
Steve Koop is
We're
in the
going,
building.
baby. Yeah.
How you feel being a podcast studio?
I can't believe I'm here.
Because you were on the podcast briefly as a group after Rachel and I got engaged.
That's right.
But now
That was fun.
is your time to shine.
Oh, yeah.
You're not sharing the spotlight with anybody.
Yeah, Rachel's not censoring you like before.
You really say anything. Glass is already off.
Well, I need him to read. I don't know. I need to go to an eye doctor. I just keep putting it off because I need to wear them all the time. I need bifocals probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you always been a glasses guy?
No.
Okay.
Wait till you hit your 40s.
And then it hits.
I had great eyes. 47.
Gone.
All over.
47.
47.
Yeah.
My back has been hurting me for the last week and a half straight. And I'm like, is this just my life now? Am I just does your back hurt?
Yeah, my back hurts every morning, but that's just normal.
Yeah.
When I left Iowa 2 weekends ago, you couldn't walk because of your hip. And now I was like, how's your hip? You said, I've ran a mile 11 days straight.
12.
So
12 this morning.
What's going on?
Timon's in trouble. So, I said to my wife this morning, I'd convinced myself I'm permanently now just a walker. Because I walk.
Okay.
And then until I'm a walker with a walker be the next step.
Yeah.
But I'm running. And I never thought I'd be running again. I ran 2.25 this morning, and I don't hurt at all.
Really?
I
It's
can't
like
believe it.
33 degrees outside.
I'm
Wow.
waiting for reality to hit again. But yeah, that hip, that was unbelievable. It hurt so bad. But yeah.
Did you get adjusted or anything, or you just woke up?
I've never been to a chiropractor.
Really?
No.
A little more beet juice in the diet.
I don't know what it is. Oh, yeah. And I've been eating some bad beets.
Oh.
But Rachel said she'd eat them too.
Wait, why are they bad beets?
Because they're not pickled and no sugar.
I see.
They're at Costco and they're in a bag.
Oh,
And
bad bag.
You've got a big beet and you're just like an apple.
Oh, is it that consistency?
They're terrible. But I'm going to keep eating them. Yeah.
You're feeling good.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think this tight beat means that it's going down with some random thoughts and white meat too. Midwest best friends eating fast food on repeat. So come along, let's have some fun and go ahead, get on your feet, cause it's the Ghostrunners podcast. Every Monday morning we're taking back Ghostrunners podcast.
But I think I'm going to grind them up in smoothies or something because
Okay.
I'll get you one.
Okay. I don't know if I'll eat it, but no, I'm just kidding. Catherine,
It's a superfood.
you ever heard of something called beet kvass?
No.
I don't know what it is. I think it's kind of like pickled something juice with beets.
She eats
Catherine's
that?
all about it. Yeah, she
Oh.
made her own the other day.
I like Catherine.
I know.
Yeah, you got a good wife.
You'd get along. Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll bring a bag along sometime. You won't believe it.
what? I won't. You won't believe it.
You won't believe how bad it tastes?
If you like good beets, like from Buc-ee's, and then you have these, you're like, oh, why would anyone eat these? But
So is Buc-ee's like the standard of beet?
oh, they're so good.
Really?
I found a couple like just mom and pop ones that I like the canned jar area of the grocery store,
Okay.
like the Amish one and that.
Yeah.
You can find some good stuff in there.
So, I mean, I am so unfamiliar with beets. I feel like most of my beet knowledge is from either you or Dwight Schrute on The Office.
I wish I grew beets instead of corned beans.
Really?
Oh gosh, I'd love to have my own beet farm and beet canning factory.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
Like when I'm eating a beet, am I like, is that more like, is it soft? Like pickled beets are pretty soft.
They're pretty soft, but
Okay.
this one's a little firmer than these ones from Costco.
Okay.
They'll just shock you when you first eat them. Not expecting that.
There it is, the beets.
And you just keep eating them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
The
you're
sad thing about this, I'm not making anything of this up. I
know.
love beets.
Yeah, I know you do. There's a few things that like since I've known you, you'll say random things like, yeah, I ran a mile, or I've done this, or Jake will talk about doing the turkey trot thing with you guys and how you participate in all that. And I'm like, man, he must be really active. And then I learn more about you. And I'm like, I don't know if he's that active. I think
Well,
you're just
I'll tell you what.
accidentally healthy.
I figured out there's good tired and there's bad tired.
Okay.
Okay, so teaching, I would be bad tired because you teach all day, but you're not physical and you're tired.
Yeah.
And like you maybe pissed at that student.
Yeah.
And you're tired. I should maybe have said that on that podcast. Anyway,
You're tired now.
edit that out.
Yeah.
Mad at that student. Or
Yeah.
then you had 4-hour conferences afterwards and you're just tired.
Yes.
That's not good tired.
I
But
see.
if you're physical, I think when they do those work things when you're take the little test when you're in high school?
SAT?
No, like what kind of job you should go into.
Oh, okay.
It should be in there. Do you want a physical job? Do you want to work indoor or outdoor? I don't know if those things are on there, but they should be.
Man, that's so true though about like, it feels so good to be tired and get in bed when you have worked really hard.
That's good tired.
Kanakuk going to bed, that kind of tired?
Yeah,
that was a good tired.
But like if you've just like, there's times where you're just sitting somewhere for a day and you are so tired, but then you get home and it's like, I can't fall asleep because I don't know. Are you tired or are you just like depleted? I don't, you know what I mean?
Exhausted.
There's a difference.
Yeah. Mentally tired, which just, then you can't get yourself up to go walk a mile.
Well, but then if like you've been a teacher and a farmer full time, right? Like you've been basically doing 2 jobs most of your life.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Do one and do it well.
That sounds like you're both kinds of tired.
Yeah.
Like, you're good and bad tired.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, just in the last year, you had this revelation, right? Where you're like, why did I teach?
No. I loved having my teaching job. But if I would have known what it was like to be self-employed 20 years ago, you line up in your mind what you're going to do today and you're your own boss. It's just, you guys are. It's a good deal.
Yeah. So give us the origin story of Steve a little bit. Because I kind of know, but I don't know everything. I would love to hear your upbringing and then also like what got you into farming, how you decided to do teaching alongside of it.
Well,
kind of stuff.
I grew up on a farm. My grandpa moved over here from Germany when he was about 22. He was born in 1902, so it's about 24.
Okay.
He bought a farm by Ackley, which is to the west of us, and then he found this farm where just a mile away from where I live.
Okay.
And then my dad grew up on the farm, and now I'm a farmer, and my son is a farmer.
Yeah.
And so it's in your blood. It's in our family for quite a while. So.
Had you always been like, I want to be a farmer?
I always knew I wanted to farm some way, but my folks had this deal where you had to get a college degree before you could rent any ground.
Okay.
So, and I was okay at math, so I thought, I think I'll be an engineer.
Yeah.
So I took engineering classes and physics classes all the way through, but after my first year, I coached some junior high baseball.
Okay.
And boy, did I like being around those kids.
Yeah.
Even one time when 7th grade was playing, the 8th graders were in the bus messing around, and I was being the bus driver too. I came out of Eldora and the hood flew open, and I couldn't see a darn thing. And then I pulled over and I chewed them out because I knew they had done that. About 2 minutes later, we're all laughing on the bus. And I thought, this would be a fun career.
Right.
And I'd have my summers off. I could do some farming, and that's how it worked.
Yeah. So you had, like, I still don't understand all your operation because it's a pretty good amount of farming. So, like, you have people working for you, and so you kind of oversaw them as well.
Yeah. The only reason I could farm and teach is because I had great help.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've heard about Scuzz on the podcast.
He just doesn't really help.
Okay. Scuzz is just kind of around.
That's already a hired hand.
Find jobs for him.
Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of helping him out.
Yeah. But I mean, he'll get parts in that. That's good.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. No, we have some good help. We always have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great help.
So,
but right now it's mostly just me and Tom, and then some part-time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. That's great.
Scuzz.
Yeah,
because I think you said...
I hope Scuzz never listens to this.
No, he'll listen. No, I'm just kidding. We love Scuzz. Scuzz is great.
Oh, yeah.
Your grandpa came over because isn't like German soil very similar to Iowa soil?
Yeah.
They've got like...
Yeah, they were... And then they weren't too far from where they're in northern Germany, so they were pushing the sea back and then farming that and pushing the sea back. It's really black, rich stuff. You got to pump the water out all the time. But yeah.
And so now harvest is done.
I'm going to tell you an interesting story about my grandpa, though.
Okay, great.
So my name's Koop, and he went back with my dad to
Steve
Germany.
Koop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they looked at my dad's grandpa's grave, and my dad's grandpa died 2 years before my grandpa was born.
Your dad's?
So I don't think sperm survives that long.
I see.
So then they figured out that the actual father is an Oltmans. So I should be an Oltmans.
Oh, wow.
Because my dad, that bothered him for a while. I was like, I'm not a Koop.
Oh.
I don't even know who my grandpa was in that. And it's like...
You're an Oltman.
Yeah.
Koop sounds way better.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is an interesting story. And he thinks my grandpa knew it and never told him. Yeah.
Well, how could he if he was dead?
Well,
Oh no, you're
my grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm getting all these grandpas.
I see.
confused.
It's kind of dangerous to like go back and look at family history stuff.
Have you ever-
might be related to somebody, or somebody wasn't who you thought they were.
Right.
Timon, have you heard the song "I'm My Own Grandpa"?
I have.
Oh, that's a
Ray
good one.
Stevens or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You got to
in the
follow through all that. Have you ever seen that?
How do you guys know
You
about
two
this?
would know the Ray Stevens
Oh, it
references.
is.
I'm not sure why. I
It's
know that.
awesome.
Like cousins or something?
Catherine
You got to
loves
try
Ray
to.
Stevens.
You follow through that whole. I see these diagrams
Yeah.
trying to figure it all out.
It's funny that you thought to ask Timon, and Timon did know what you were talking about.
Time and I are like this.
Same
Wait,
wavelength, yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, so I think we talked about in the podcast before, like when about a year ago, when we first found out that Timon was running and running fast, and we couldn't believe he ran a 6-minute mile.
I'm not surprised at all. I've been scouting him. I watched him play pickleball in Branson. Long legs. You're a runner. Have you ever had a coach?
No.
See, that 6-minute mile, you'd blow through that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can run.
I don't know how much we talked
And
about
you're
on
young.
the podcast, but off the podcast, Rachel and I were always dreaming of like, let's do a track and field day, whether it's a Ghostrunners event or a just a private birthday event.
Ghostrunners Olympiad. We call
Okay, yeah, maybe we did talk about it. And so one of the events that we'd always talked about was Steve Koop has to finish 4 laps. No, has to do 3 laps before Timon finishes 4 around the track. So at 1,200 versus 1,600. I haven't thought about this in 6 months. Steve Koop walks through my door at 10:30 p.m. last night and goes, all right, I've done the math. I can beat Timon. I don't even know what he's talking about. He was fired up.
Okay, so if you run a 4-minute mile, you're averaging 15 miles an hour. Exactly.
Okay.
So a 6-minute mile, it's 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So you're doing a 6-minute mile, right?
Sure.
That
I
day at
did.
the
I
track?
did at one point. Yeah.
So you got to go 10 miles an hour. So I don't like running on the treadmill, but I've done it 2 of these days. I've done that.
Yeah.
And I can run 6.5 for a mile. So I know, see, I'd have to run 7.5 miles an hour because I'd have to run 3/4 of your speed because I have to do 3/4 of your distance,
You did do the math.
right?
So the speed at which you have to run,
7.5 miles an hour average.
you've yet to run that.
Oh, I can do it.
but
for
you
3
haven't.
laps.
But you haven't done
But
it
I
yet.
can do 6.5 on that treadmill at 2 degrees for a mile, no problem.
And how many times have you done it at 7.5 miles an hour?
I haven't tried it yet, but we've got a while to go here, and I'm going to get on the track
I like
too. Not the golf course track, the actual track.
Yeah.
Track.
So yeah, he's not done thinking about this. Coming after, and yeah, you ran 12 days straight.
You're going to have to run faster than 6 minutes. That's what I'm telling you.
Which I don't know if I think after I ran that, what it was like just a second under
5:59.
under 6 minutes, I was like, I don't think I'm ever doing this again.
Do you know, you have no idea how fast you could run? You
I
have
will
no
say,
idea.
All the people who run, Luis Chavez and all those people on our, fan base were like, Timon, you should like pursue this more. I remember them saying that. So
Yeah. I thought that was interesting because it's just like I have, like friends who can run faster than me, and I'm like, I don't think I'm that much of a out. Like I don't know, but maybe. I mean, it's probably they have coaching and stuff, so I don't know. Yeah.
find him a coach, I guess. Your old 7th
Wow.
grade JV.
How much did you train for your 6-minute mile?
Just like a mile a day for quite some time before that, and then like occasionally I would just go as fast as I could, and I would get down like 6:45, 6:30, 6:15. I was like, I'll just push myself harder than I ever have, and then went just under 6.
I'm going to run a mile on the track, and then I'll update Jake
Yeah.
where my mile is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So someday.
Oh, that'll be fun.
That's got to be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should have all sorts of events.
Yeah, we can see if I can do two laps before Timon does 4.
Yeah, it's a whole, yeah.
Yeah.
Luis Chavez has to do
Wait,
5.
you would do 2?
Yeah.
That means you think I could beat you?
Huh?
I've got to do 3 laps.
Hey, maybe you're fast. I don't know.
There's no way I could beat you.
Okay, maybe you and I go 3, and I see. Okay, speaking of other elite athletes, talk about growing up, seeing your daughter playing volleyball.
Oh, that was fun.
When did you think this girl could be something different? Because
Well-
as a parent, I mean, did you think about that with Tommy and Tim as well, or was it like
I
no,
don't
she's
know.
different?
It just worked out because she was pretty tall always, but she had a lot of other tall
Yeah.
classmates. And if she had gone to a different school, she would have been a hitter.
Okay.
And I don't think she would have been a college hitter.
But
She'd say the same thing.
I see, but since
But
she had other tall
Brooke
people,
and Brianna and Lizzie, and they could sky and they could hammer the ball, and she could put it right to them.
Yeah.
And so she's tall and she's a setter and she's
Yeah.
great hands. And Rachel was also, she had a lot of, she's like the quarterback of the team, so she had to keep everybody happy and all that too, and know where to put the ball. And that was the other side of it. She, not just athletic ability, but she was a good quarterback.
She had like the mental aspect of it.
So I had no idea, but Angie had been talking to her off-season coach, and they could talk to the UNI. And gosh, after her freshman year of high school, they called me. I remember I was in Dumont, Iowa, and they said, Rachel got an offer to go to UNI. Like, what do you mean? Full ride. Like,
wow.
When she was 15?
Yeah. She hadn't played varsity hardly at all yet.
What was that like emotionally? I mean, obviously, I'm sure that was exciting, but also like, she's not going to college.
I just couldn't believe it.
Like, I was just thinking,
man.
I would just imagine like we're not even close to ready to have her think about
Well,
this.
and I loved sports, and I don't know why, because I played on all bad teams except one.
Really?
We lost. Lost so many games you would not believe it. And I mean, one time we were playing baseball in Clarksville. I was out there for 25 batters in center field. They went around and around, and
almost
7
3
more.
times. Yeah.
It's like 45 minutes or an hour, one half inning. And I'm telling you, a lot of my games were like that. We get beat like 65-0 sometimes in football.
Oh my gosh.
And
but
in
you had a
football,
blast.
you don't just get beat; you get beat up.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Like you're physically getting beat.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Football. Yeah.
I played on one winning team. My junior year of basketball, we had a good team.
Okay.
And then we played lots of losing seasons, but I'd do it all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
it
something.
was fun.
Oh, it's a special time.
But my kids all played on teams that won, and they don't even really know.
They don't.
They
Understand.
lost
They
a
don't
few
appreciate
games.
It.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Should we do a s'mores, farming themed s'mores?
Yes.
With Steve. All right. So, had the idea to do just farm equipment. Farm equipment is the s'mores topic.
I did some thinking about this while I was running.
Good for you.
Yeah, I got my 1, 2, and 3 for sure.
Timon, I think
don't
you
rob
won the
them.
last s'mores. Technically,
Yeah.
the one about things you don't want to hear during surgery. So you get to decide the order.
Okay. I'm going to say myself, Brad, Steve, Jake.
Okay. It's going clockwise.
Yeah.
And what are we defining as farm equipment?
Vague.
Okay. Great.
Okay. First pick, the only one that I thought of off the top of my head, combine.
Combine.
Like I have to lock in combine.
Steve gets the
He
point.
likes
Number
it.
one.
Good boy.
Good boy, Timon.
I
What
have
a
cousins
boy.
who are farmers. It's the only one I ever really hear them talk about. So
Is it the most expensive type of like machine?
Yeah, by far.
Good job. Tim.
Why is it called a combine?
no idea. I mean, does it combine things?
Yes.
Okay.
A comb.
It combines threshing and separating.
Huh.
So threshing is knocking the seed off the plant,
Yeah.
and obviously separating is sorting it from the rest everything else.
Huh.
That's weird that they turned it to a combine when it's a combine.
Yeah.
And then I had a farmer friend that calls it combine. My dad would always make fun of him about that.
Combine. All right, my first pick is going to be tractor. Yeah. I feel like I don't care who you are. As a kid, everyone wanted to ride on a tractor. I don't care if you're the biggest farm kid in the world. I don't care if you're on a high rise in New York City. Everyone wanted to experience that tractor. Big green tractor. Are you guys John Deere family?
We were red growing up, but we're green.
What is
now.
red?
In a
Case?
case, well, it was International Harvester, and then they went bankrupt. Case IH.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. So that's my first pick is going to be
Yeah, those
tractor.
are good.
Nice.
So who's next? Jake? Oh, Steve.
I will go with a planter.
Okay, planer. Why
a
do you
corn
choose that
planter
one?
because it's a modern day Rube Goldberg machine.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. You just can't believe all the things that happen. I had in physics classes, I had my students make Rube Goldberg machines, and I'd start the lesson by showing them what a planter all did.
Oh, that's cool.
And I said, this is why we're, because like the one we have, I'll get a little windy here, but the seed is in a bulk, and it blows all the seed to the boxes. And there's a little thing, once it gets high enough, then the air can't go through, so it'll quit blowing the seed, which is pretty cool. Then there's a vacuum that it pulls the seed against these plates.
Okay.
And as the plates go around, then they go across a little brush that cuts off the air, and it falls through a tube into the ground, and there's 2 V discs They cut a little groove and it falls in there, and then there's wheels behind that close back up. And it's all it works just great. And there's the electronics that tell you what's all going on.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, corn planter is an incredible machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is so ridiculous.
It's funny to hear you talk about it.
Talking farming with my farm buddies here.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we're hunters mainly. First
Yeah,
and foremost,
that's right.
we're hunters. You see the orange. I didn't grow up on a crop farm. Grew up on a cattle farm. So I'm going to go with the baler.
Oh, that's good.
This is not the baler like from The Office.
Hardly know
This
it.
is like a giant machine that takes the hay,
I like
wraps
the
it
choice.
together in a little cylinder, and then kind of poops it out the back, honestly. Big old machine.
Okay. Good.
So I'm going to go baler, and then I'm going to go pickup truck.
Pickup truck.
Gotta have
That
a
was my
pickup
next
truck
one, yeah.
on the farm.
You know any farmers who drive sedans around the farm?
Me.
Do you?
Yeah, for sure.
What are you driving?
I mean,
drove
he's got pickup
Subaru.
trucks.
Yeah.
I drove a little Subaru for years.
Did you?
They get 30 miles a gallon. My pickup gets 10. So you do the math. You can write off the miles on the pickup, but not the car. But I still just hate wasting all that fuel.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I've driven. My first farm truck was a Ford Festiva, a 1990 Ford Festiva.
I gotta look that up.
I put the hatchback up, put 8 bags of seed corn in the back, take it to the planter.
Wait.
That was my.
Do you know
farm
what a
truck.
Ford Festiva
Yeah.
looks like?
Yeah, I still got it.
Time and put that in post if you can remember it.
I've still got
You still
it.
have this?
Yes.
Was it Tommy who got you a shirt for Christmas that was
Yes.
just a Ford Festiva all over the shirt?
Yeah.
I mean, there's 36 Festivas on
Wait,
the
a
shirt.
Ford Festiva is not a truck. That is the tiniest car I've ever seen.
I got 40 miles a gallon out of that. Mine's blue. In fact, it's another color of blue we refer to as Festiva blue.
Festiva blue,
Yeah.
baby. Oh my gosh. I love that so much, Steve.
Well, my dad had a big influence on me, and he went to Iowa State, and some professor told him that a pickup truck and a machine shed do not pay off on a farm. I remember him telling me that. So I was holding off as long as I could to buy a pickup. Now I have a pickup. I'd hate to not have a pickup.
Isn't it funny though, like the things that you remember? I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah.
our parents have told us a million words of
Oh,
wisdom,
yeah.
but you remember a select few.
And I have a machine shed too. So, I mean, I get it, but boy, they're nice to have.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Last time we were in the machine shed a couple weekends
yeah,
ago,
you
and we
turned
were
it into a pickleball.
we
barn.
were kind of dreaming a little bit. I mean, it's the perfect
course.
size for
This
it.
guy's all about the pickleball barn.
Well, we built it 18 feet because of the daughter.
Oh, okay.
To set the volleyball.
Yeah.
And then, well, the boys like to shoot baskets too. But the problem is it gets dirty in there from equipment, and then your gritty hands and shooting a basketball. And
Hey, that's part of it,
Yeah.
man.
Kind of dusty. Yeah, be a better dribbler.
okay, yours, what? There's a pickup truck.
I had, baler
Oh, that's
and
good.
pickup truck.
Those
So
are
now
good.
it's back to you.
Gosh. The 3 that I had are already taken. Do we do 3 or 4?
We do 4
We're
total.
gonna do 4 eventually.
total, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know. Sprayer.
Mm.
Yeah.
Sprayer.
That's good.
Sprayer.
Unfortunately, chemicals are involved. But man, what a machine.
Hey, let's talk about Kim. No, I'm just kidding.
This one's self-propelled, and you sit way up in the air like you're riding on a giant 4-wheeler. And it's got auto steer. So, you
Oh, I've
program-
seen those.
program what
Yeah.
angle you want to go at, and
Yeah.
Okay.
away you go back and forth, and you can spray about 100 acres in an hour.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
it's an amazing machine.
I have fond memories of riding with my grandpa in a sprayer.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're so high up and you like
When
yeah,
I
it's
first
fun.
started farming, I had an old tractor without a cab and a sprayer in the back, and you're driving along and you're feeling these drops of stuff on your arm. You're like, I am killing myself off right now. But the one I've got now has a charcoal filter in the cab, and I rarely even smell the chemicals when I'm going. So,
There you go.
and it's very accurate. It doesn't overlap, so it's
Okay.
quite a machine.
Steve's next pick is going to be pesticides.
Yeah.
Monsanto.
I wish I could be organic, but I don't like weeds very much.
All right. Time?
You
Brad.
Oh, it's me. I'm sorry.
clockwise and then
Holy
Yeah.
cow. All right. I'm going to go field cultivator.
Oh,
How about that?
you like your tillage.
What is a field cultivator?
I'm a tillage. Yeah, I'm a till guy. Good question. I texted my friend right as we were starting this thing and said, hey, we're doing s'mores of farm equipment. Can
I
you
did
give
the
me
same
some?
thing with my cousin Andrew.
Okay.
I'm getting some info.
Yep. So field cultivator, big till guy. I know what it is, but can you explain to Jake real quick?
So it's got these sweeps. And they go under the ground.
Under the
Turn the
till.
so soil over a little bit, mix up the residue and the
Right.
fertilizer and stuff.
Right.
Make a nice seed bed.
Yeah, seed beds.
We don't use them very much because we do something different now, but
Well,
that's okay.
that's your thing. We're Kansas farmers over
Yeah.
here.
Oh, thanks for explaining that, Brad. That's
You're welcome, man. Yeah, I'll have him explain
Your next one.
for you, and maybe Timon too. Yeah, next one.
All right, I'm gonna say semi truck / trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Semi's good.
Yeah.
That
They
is
do that
good.
semi go by.
Is it a thing for like farmers to refer to like what I would call a semi truck or a semi as a truck, and then a pickup is just a pickup? Because that's what I've like kind of gathered, and I'm like, I would just consider.
Semi's
I
a
think of
semi.
it as a truck and then a semi, but I don't know. But yeah,
You had some revelation recently. You said you don't drive the semi, you ride the semi.
I don't know why I think this, but I feel like I'm riding on the semi. Like this is this giant horse or something. Because they're so long and big and powerful.
Yeah.
I just feel like, even though I'm in control, I feel like I'm riding the semi.
yeah,
Especially when they're full. And just like, I mean, you're 90,000 pounds going down the road.
And you're in
like,
charge.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
in charge. I'm riding this thing.
Jake, also, I don't think you said this. A field cultivator, it's also known as a harrow or a digger, depending on your
Oh, a
location.
digger. We don't
Yeah.
hear that very often.
No, yeah,
Digger.
it's
Tell the
a
guys this
colloquialism.
spring.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to go hook up the digger?
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah. Man.
yeah.
All right,
And then my third will be an auger.
Oh, good choice.
Good choice.
And I actually knew what that was before looking anything up.
Okay.
It's
Tim's good buddy Harb always would talk about augers. He's a
Yeah.
funny guy.
Arb.
Harb, he liked augers.
yeah. Because isn't it? It's like I picture just like a long pole type thing. There's like kind of on
There's a spiral in there.
yeah, that like takes
Yeah.
whatever it is, grain up to
Yeah.
yeah.
Good choice.
pick, good
I
pick.
thought about auger.
I did too, but I was like, it's in between auger and this one, and obviously you chose it, so it kind of forced my hand. But I'm going to go air seeder.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, air seeder for my third pick,
Oh, that's good.
which is, you can imagine based off the name, but go ahead.
You ready for me?
Yeah.
I have to go with plow, and that probably should have been my number one. Because we don't use a plow hardly anymore, but to start
Like
this
hand
whole
plow?
thing, a plow, a moldboard plow, that started this whole thing, turned all the prairie sod over without the plow. You've seen the ones where the one single plow behind
like
the
a horse
yeah.
drawn. Yeah.
To break up that prairie soils, you needed a plow. So without the plow, I don't know if any of this would have happened.
Mm.
Yep.
So I got to go with the plow.
All right.
It's like the wheel.
You guys are never going to believe this. Good Ranchers just gave us an exclusive promo code.
Gadzooks!
The promo code is GRKC, and they want you to have a happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Whoa. Hey, it's Thanksgiving Eve right now if you're listening on Wednesday, and that can mean one thing and one thing only. Meat's on the table. Right?
Meat's on the table, muchacho. That's right. Good Ranchers is a company. I'm not sure how they're structured, LLC potentially. What I do know is that they serve quality American meat, steakhouse quality. It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money. Also, it's not going to have seed oils. It's not going to have antibiotics. It's not going to have hormones.
Yuck.
Yeah. Gross. This is going to be extremely healthy, extremely good for you, and it's going to save you money because we're giving you free expedited shipping with our promo code, $25 off your first box. Is that happening right now? No. Free Thanksgiving ham. Free Thanksgiving ham.
Free Thanksgiving ham, which is $110 value.
Yes, that's what I was thinking of. And that's completely free. It's 10-pound spiral cut ham. If you subscribe today to a new box, you're going to get that ham thrown in for free.
You might be thinking to yourself, I love chicken. Great. Then buy the chicken box. You might be thinking to yourself, I'm a beef guy. Great. Beef boy, go get the beef box. You might be thinking, more of a poultry guy. Okay, that's chicken. I already covered that one. You might be thinking, hey, I love fish. Okay, great. They have wild caught salmon. They have shrimp. They have all sorts of stuff like that. You might be thinking to yourself, I like pork. Great. We have it all. You can mix and match. You can do whatever you want. It's goodranchers.com. Use our promo code GRKC to get that ham in your life, right? And
For the porky pigs out there,
Porky Pigs.
here's what we have to say to you.
A beep, ba deep, ba deep. Go to Good Ranchers, folks. GoodRanchers.com, GRKC, American meat delivered. It's the best meat you can think of, and they'll send it right to your door, and then you can eat it
Yep.
however you want,
Pre-cut,
as much as you want. They won't tell you how much to eat at once.
That's the nice part.
So, no, seriously though, it's the best. Please go goodranchers.com. American Meat Delivered, GRKC.
My last two picks, once again, just going off of my personal experience and yours a little bit, I'm going to go with farm dog.
Oh, that's
Gotta
a
have a
one.
dog with
Yeah,
you.
you gotta have a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the equipment. Gotta have the dog with you. Long rides in the tractor, whatever. Someone to come back to the shed too.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, I feel like this is maybe the equipment I saw my grandpa use the most with cattle. I'm going to go bucket. Bucket. Not
Oh,
the
pail.
big bucket.
Oh, the
on-
pail. Oh, yeah.
like a
Oh, that's good.
like
farm
a
equipment.
5-gallon bucket. Yep. You have a cattle farm. You are using that bucket.
Oh, you do.
Constantly.
You need a bucket.
That's how. That's how the feed is stored. That's how you're feeding the cows. The cow would get out. You put a little feed in the bucket, and that's how you call them back in.
That's right up there with the plow.
I got there was a cow that got out at in town at Kanakuk one time. We didn't have the cows, but someone else did nearby, and it got out, and our property was in the woods. And I went out there. It was just me and one other guy, and so I just put pea gravel in a bucket. And I started shaking it up because it sounds like what their feed sounds like, and I got the cow to come out.
Nice.
So don't sleep on the bucket.
First time farmer, good idea.
Preview of what's to come. I got a big idea.
It's a good idea
I
there.
can imagine. My friend Greg says that's not equipment. I'm keeping him updated.
The
he
dog?
He doesn't like your dog pick, I don't think.
Oh,
Greg's
I
not on
think
the podcast.
it seems like it's a tool, though, for you could do things with the dog.
Lila is a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, back to you. Your last pick.
Well, just based on what we do now, this is boring it up, as Aunt Rachel would say. Strip till machine.
Oh.
Took Brad's.
So he's got his digger
Yeah.
and he digs everything. Our strip till machine just digs a little and
Okay.
it puts the fertilizer there, and then we plant right there.
Okay.
So then you remember the talk about erosion in the wedding?
Couldn't
I had
forget it.
erosion in my talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to help on the erosion. I think it does a lot. So
Oh,
keeps the soil there.
Greg likes the strip tail machine.
Oh, yeah.
He emphasized it and said very nice.
I like Greg.
Now,
Yeah,
why
Where's
do you go?
Greg? Where's Greg from?
He's a Salina area,
Kansas
Kansas.
farmer.
Oh,
We
yeah,
bought
big time.
We bought a semi or truck or tractor trailer in Salina. We got hosed.
Oh,
brother.
I'm sorry. He's
That
out
guy-
outside of Salina. so.
That guy. We got 50 miles out of town and the turbo went. We got another 50 and the transmission went. Parts were bouncing on the interstate.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
And so Tom bought this on an auction. I called that guy. I said, hey, you just sold it. And he wasn't going to do anything about it. So
Sorry.
they fixed it up.
Man.
We still use it.
That's tough.
Just added about half again to the price of the tractor.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my friend. Have
Salina.
you ever seen he and his brothers would do these farm music videos where they would sing songs. Instead of I'm sexy and I know it, it was I'm farming and I grow it. Did you ever see those videos or anything?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my friend.
That's the Greg.
Yeah.
He's got the other channel.
Yeah, he's got a YouTube channel and everything.
Peterson?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Peterson Farm Bros. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, they were roommates, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
gosh.
roommates. Yeah, he's a groomsman at my wedding.
So is he a strip tiller?
No, he said we don't have one of those.
Oh.
You ever
he
strip
liked
till?
it.
In a previous life he did, but he doesn't want to talk about it. All right, my last pick, and I have heard of this one, Swather.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard
Yeah.
of the swather.
Yeah.
No?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. That's like
Did
a
you just
mascot.
Google
It has to-
things, or how did you come up with Swather?
I texted my friend Greg and said, give me some names.
Like, of
here."
100 pieces of equipment, that would be my 100th pick.
Really? Oh, no. There's
It's an amazing, it's great.
well,
but-
there's a town outside of Wichita, Heston, Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're the headquarters. Well, no, they have
Heston
Heston
equipment.
Yeah, but their mascot for their school is the Heston Swathers.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
fun fact.
Lucky for them.
Yeah, exactly. So
What's the mascot look like there?
I don't know. Let's look it up.
It's just a guy dressed exactly like Steve Koop.
Yeah.
Just a guy in jeans, K-State shirt,
Yeah, there you
Iowa
are. This
State.
I want some merch of this. Actually, look at this thing.
glasses are back on.
Sorry. Look at that.
Oh,
Kinda
wow.
cool.
Oh, it's a tractor with teeth, kind of.
Oh, my gosh. That's their mascot? Is
Yeah, the Swathers. See it time?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Whoa.
Kind of cool.
Swather.
So there you go, Swathers.
What's the swather do?
It's like it swaths.
Well, these pictures are like cutting the alfalfa or whatever, putting it in a windrow.
Good catch.
D1
Put it in a swath so
Yeah.
then the baler can come in and
bale.
bale it.
Yeah.
There might have a pickup on a machine
might
for a
be-
combine
might be
too,
pickup.
or combine.
Combine. Yeah, there you go. Swathers. I kind of want some Swather merch.
I think it puts it in a windrow.
That's yeah. Well, yeah, it does. If you want windrows, we'll do windrows. So, oh man, Heston Swathers. Anyway, Timon, you have one more pick here.
Yeah. I think since Jake went small, farm dog, pail, whatever, I'm going to go grain bin.
Oh, yeah.
I think
yeah.
any crop farm you drive by,
Yeah.
that's like what you see.
Yeah.
And I think
It's like the first
yeah.
thing to get blown away when there's like a tornado in a movie about a farm.
Yeah.
The grain bin goes first.
Uh-huh.
Hate to see it. Didn't you almost die in one?
Me?
Yeah, didn't you
Oh
get
boy. Yeah.
stuck in one?
So
or-
that's a piece of equipment I wouldn't put on my list. It's called a sweep auger.
Oh,
which is
pretty
really-
close to Timon's pick.
It goes around the bottom and it pulls all the corn to a central sump and then it goes out the auger.
Yeah.
like a drain.
Right. I was in there by
I've seen
myself
those when-
and pushing that auger ahead and I pushed it with my foot and my whole body flew right over the top of the auger. And that's how people die.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And I got caught. I bounced. Fortunately, I bounced, but it cut my knee. And then I got out of there. It bothered me for a couple weeks just thinking about what
Yeah.
just happened to me. That was just a year and a half ago.
Oh wow, that was recent.
Yeah. Well, I was dumb. I had these stupid Hokas on that didn't have any tread left, sliding around. And bad ideas.
Yeah.
We kind of have a rule now that mostly doesn't get violated. When you're using the sweep auger, someone else needs to be at the door.
Yeah.
And no holkas.
Yeah, no Hokas.
Hulk has
Yeah. I love
grain bin is nice.
grain bins
Grain
because
bin, nice.
I love singing in them. My cousins have like whenever they're empty, they're the perfect
Wow.
like
Dude, someone should make a
Echoey.
musical or a movie or something like a farm kid turned like High School Musical, but instead of basketball, it was
Yeah.
farming. His
He
first love
practices
was
in the grain
farming.
bin. That was where he started.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a grain bin and a silo?
Silos are usually a lot taller and they might hold silage,
Oh, okay.
which is like the whole corn plant.
Yeah.
And a grain bin typically is just the grain.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of people are buying those old little grain bins and then making a little bar or something in their backyard with them. Little rusty old ones. They look pretty cool.
Yeah.
I saw somebody turn one into a pickleball court because it blocked the wind.
Oh yeah,
Took the
that
roof
was
off
the
and
that was the slurry store. So you
know
ever
what
see
you're
those
talking-
blue harvest stores?
yeah.
They had great big blue ones that held hog manure. It was
Oh,
all liquid mostly. And then
Jeez.
they cleaned that up and they made that pickleball. That's so cool.
yeah.
You showed
I
me
didn't know
that.
it was hog manure. That's too bad.
Well, you can clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean up hog manure.
Some people call
Wash
hog
it
manure
off.
honey. So
really.
yeah. It's good stuff for growing corn.
Anybody have any honorable mentions? Brad, anything that didn't make the list?
Oh, plenty. Disc.
Oh,
what about disc
that's
ripper?
very good.
Disc rippers are good. It's
I
like the
almost
Rube
went disc
Goldberg.
ripper.
Hay rake.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Manure spreader. Gotta have one.
I like that one.
Irrigation pivot.
Boy, yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
I hear a lot about those when I film for that one company. Irrigation
Heard that
pivots and
buzzword a
stuff.
lot.
Yeah.
UTV.
What?
UTV.
Oh, utility vehicle.
Yeah.
UTV. Okay.
A drone.
Wow.
Tender truck. Grain semi. Cattle semi. Feed mixer. Hay grinder.
What's left?
I'll tell you. Corn head. Draper head. Row head. Flex head.
Draper head's good. I like that.
That's it. Anyway.
What a list.
Yeah.
I had shed.
I had shed too.
Yeah.
Who would love shed? You had anything? Your honorable mentions?
I don't know. You guys have grabbed them all.
Is there something
What
like a
else?
bucket where it's like the
Loader.
small thing that you're like, I can't live without this thing in my
On the
car.
farm?
Yeah.
Well, diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel.
Diesel fuel.
I can't do a darn thing out there without diesel fuel.
Do you have your own
We've said that before.
fuel tank out there?
Yeah.
I thought so. You just fill up on
Yeah.
site.
Get a semi-load.
That's nice. You realize if you found some. You ever thought about drilling?
They have found oil in Iowa.
Really?
But it's not just a little bit, but they
Not
are
enough.
not economically feasible.
Dang. They didn't become billionaires overnight.
No.
Man, that'd be fun though.
We've got a lot of coal too, but it's all full of sulfur, so you can't use it.
Colfer.
Colfer. Yeah, we just call it Colfer. Timon, you were just in San Diego the last like 48 hours.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
What'd you do? How was it?
It was pretty uneventful, honestly. It was just like
All right. So
Fly-
Steve,
So disc gripping.
I just like flew there. I woke up at like I went to bed at probably midnight to 1 the night before.
Okay.
Woke up at 3, drove to the airport.
Yeah, because are you an hour away from the airport?
About like I'd say 51 minutes or something
Okay.
like that. But yeah, it was like it was my own fault. I just didn't prep enough throughout the day, so I was just like last minute scrambling, packing stuff. But yeah, drove there.
what were you doing for San Diego?
Filming for this it's called the Center for Classical Theology or something, just like a very sophisticated theological event thing that was happening. So yeah, flew there, filmed that night, and then kind of just like slept, ate, and left. It wasn't anything too crazy, but it was fun. I love seeing the ocean and palm trees. We're like right on the edge of the coast. So
That is cool. I really like San Diego.
yeah,
It's nice. Do you have to edit this stuff, or are you sending it off to someone else?
no,
or
I'll,
what?
I'll edit it. So
Nice.
add it to the backlog. Yeah.
Add it to the log. Okay, so I forgot to mention this last week when you were recording the podcast, but I came away from Iowa and I had this revelation. And I'm like, oh, this could be a fun idea. Koop likes it so much, he's like, you shouldn't even say this on the podcast. He's like, someone's going to steal this and take this. The idea is maybe a YouTube channel, maybe a podcast, maybe both. It's called First Time Farmer.
Yeah.
And so the whole idea is like, I don't know if I go and just dream with me. I quit everything I do.
Yeah.
Former stand-up comedian turned farmer.
Yeah.
Like, can I turn a profit on farming in my first year or something like that? Maybe there's some mission to it or whatever. But basically, I would go and like just work their farm, like learn everything I can, but document everything I'm learning. Like, come back. All right, this week I learned just how to like start the combine or whatever. And like, all right, this week we're like hoping for rain. I don't even know why exactly, but it's coming back week after week. Like, here's what I'm learning. Here's what I'm doing.
Right.
And along the way, helping them with their fields. It's like maybe I have like a little strip of my own that's like mine. Like, all right, at the end of this whole 8-month journey, I've planted here,
Yeah.
I've fertilized here, and now I'm going to harvest here, and we're going to see if I can like make money.
Right. Like
First time farming.
yeah, because you're learning all this on the go, but you have somebody you're learning from who's obviously done it successfully for a long time.
And probably most importantly, has the equipment. I mean, this would be impossible to do.
Oh, it'd be
you know,
yeah.
like-
That's probably well. That does need to like I don't know like play into it, factor in somehow of like yeah how in the world would somebody actually start farming these days because of how expensive it really is. Like
it almost has to be generational, doesn't it? I mean, can you
Pretty
start
much.
farming? You just have to really believe
There's
in it.
there's some like people that are retiring and don't have any kids, and they'll actually advertise for somebody to take over their farm and help them get into it. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like has to be passed down to you.
And the land, the competition for land, renting land, even buying land is so tight. I mean, it's yeah.
I like
It's
that. Idea.
generational.
I mean, I would
do
watch
too.
it.
I'd like to.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just
So
all
I
the
feel like-
funny things that would happen to you. All the
Yeah, just film everything. Just
Yeah.
like my first, just even like
Yeah.
what my outfit looks like that very first day on the farm. Probably not a great farming outfit. And there's so much to learn.
yeah. We
I feel
talked
like
about
farmers would watch it and maybe like also not farmers. Like that'd be the fun.
sure.
Like I think there is a big farmers like YouTube niche, but like
Mhm.
also it could go beyond that.
We get Laura Farms involved right
There
off
you
the
go.
bat.
Yeah.
There you go.
Trade some sort of favor for favor.
Yeah.
Laura Farms, what were you gonna say?
I don't remember. That's great. I like it. I'd watch it.
Yeah. Same.
So I don't know.
What do you
Maybe
think people?
someday.
What do you think people don't or misunderstand about farmers? Or is there something like common misconceptions?
I don't know.
Okay, there's not like
Uh,
they must think this or I don't know. Maybe you're so inundated in just a small town Iowa that you don't recognize what other people are thinking about farmers.
Something I've heard Rachel say is most people probably don't see farmers as like entrepreneurs or like savvy like businessmen. They see it as
they
like
don't
more like
consider
blue
it a business,
collar,
yeah.
just like hard workers. But it stops there. And
I
not
remember
like,
telling my students that I have a business, and they're like, "What's your business?" I said, "Well, I'm a farmer." And that's not a business.
You're like, well,
Okay.
my Ford Festiva says otherwise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I'm trying to just like think of other just like specific things I had nothing to do about. I mean, you're always looking at the price of beans and corn.
Yeah.
Tell them about that.
Well, I mean, it varies. It's kind of low right now. Beans are under $10, which has been a long time since they've been under $10 a bushel.
And what's
Bushel is 60 pounds.
what's an average for like last 10 years?
The last few years we've been getting about 13, I suppose. But a lot of it was because of what Russia did to Ukraine.
Okay.
Ukraine has fantastic soils and they exported a lot of corn and sunflowers and beans, just like Kansas, sunflowers, right?
Yep.
And then Russia, man, they're destroying it. I hate to think about what they're doing to that good black dirt, and they're mining it. And so they turn in some of the combines and everything into big minesweepers and everything.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Jeez.
So when you take that much off the world market, then our prices went up. But the world responds to high prices in a hurry. So
Meaning?
Part of Africa will grow more. South America will expand like crazy, and they'll adapt.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
I feel like another thing you're constantly doing is buying and selling entire farms or entire plots of land. There's always
It seems like constantly, but that would be fun. That's a lot of money to be constantly buying and selling land. But yeah, I mean, we're talking about it a lot. I'll say
maybe
that.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
The last 2 years,
there's
like,
farms for sale.
Yeah,
or that
always
farm's
talking.
for sale. Yeah, you're always keeping your eyes open for.
I think I just kind of assume like people have their land, they farm it. When they're done farming it, they give it to their son. But Northeast Iowa,
a lot of times,
everything's for sale.
Well, farms got so big, so there's fewer farmers, and then everybody can take on a little more land because they already have the equipment. And yeah,
They have like real estate agents for farms.
mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, this is a cozy 3 acre here.
Oh yeah.
It's charming.
I said that to Tom
got a lot of
yesterday.
upside.
We were watching a farm auction yesterday online, and I said the best thing to be in not farming would be the auctioneer. If they sell a $4 million farm and get 3% commission,
Is that right?
Wow.
that's pretty good. 120,000.
Can you do
And
that?
some of them get 7%.
You gotta talk fast.
They advertise it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure it's more. Yeah.
Well, they're all competitive now to try to get the land to sell. Everybody.
I
Yeah.
see.
But yeah, that's pretty good business. Well, real estate in general,
Sure.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does sound pretty nice. One other thing I thought of, not necessarily farming specific, but when I was back there 2 weeks ago, everyone's, Tommy, Steve, they're all giving me different clothes to wear hunting. And so we're looking at it, and, Steve's got 3 different pairs of jeans for me to look at. And as I'm looking at them, Rachel goes, "Let me see those." And she's like, "Let me try them on." Be kind of funny.
These are my jeans.
Rachel comes out in his farming jeans. I mean, they got oil stains on them. They're ripped or whatever. And they look amazing on Rachel. I mean, it looks like women's jeans.
They're the original. They were the original 501 blues. Button fly.
I'm gonna have to look that
Oh
up.
yeah. Yeah, they're old. Those jeans are 25 years old.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Levi's.
they fit her great.
Yeah.
It was a confusing 5 minutes for me, but it was like, are you guys both? Do you guys both just wear the same exact pair of jeans? And I think so. So we found out right then and there they were
I
the
can't
exact
button
same.
them though now.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, these days, yeah, like
can get in
the
'em, but I
women's
can't
fit are
button
more
them.
like loose jeans and stuff. Are they kind of looser?
These weren't. These were
Not
like
on her.
more like like
Like
No.
straight.
like 10 years ago style
Yeah, yeah.
jeans.
They must flex a lot because my body doesn't curve like that. I was like, how could I wear those jeans?
I'm telling you,
it made no sense.
it was confusing. I mean, Rachel came out of the garage and I was like, I don't know how to feel. Why does she look like that? Those are his jeans. Steve, put the jeans back on. I don't know what I feel right now. It was so fun. And so anyway, Rachel took the jeans. I think she wore them to school this week. Like she's like teaching in those jeans.
Oh, that's great.
And you've made a good find with that denim shirt. She loves that.
Oh yeah. Steve had a whole GMC Envoy full of clothes, and I found a lot of stuff for myself, a lot of unused Carhartt stuff, and in there found a denim shirt that Rachel loved. So
yeah, you had so many clothes, Steve. That was wild.
Well,
Did we talked about that last week on the podcast.
no, we did. I don't think so.
I have a little
Explain
bit of
that.
hoarder in me. I'm going to take most of that to Goodwill. The car he's talking about. I
mean-
bought the car from my buddy because
It was overflowing.
It's full of clothes.
Yeah.
It's going to Goodwill,
Okay.
and the vehicle is going to get sold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Jake was like, I have a whole the conversation was like me telling Steve, oh, I'm gonna get some new hunting clothes. Oh, you don't need to do that. I have an Equinox full of them. And then there's a video of Jake just like panning through the Equinox. I mean, it's like It's like you can't use the rear view mirror because his clothes are all the way up there.
Some of it's my dad's stuff. I just haven't gotten rid of it yet.
Yeah.
But I will.
Have you seen the pictures of Isaac with his overalls on?
Oh, I would like to see that. I
have
told
one?
Jake he can keep those.
Oh, man.
Isaac took a liking to him. likes
He
the
looked great in
overalls.
them.
They were all trying to figure out about the patch.
Yeah.
Well, I took
Yeah.
him to
Remember?
school because I wanted to wear them for homecoming, and then the whole rear end was ripped out of them, and I had a kid in home ec patch them for me for $10.
Oh,
So maybe that's
man.
why it didn't look great. There's
There.
Isaac laying down
Oh,
with
nice.
patch up. Yeah, so that GMC Envoy, this is just, I think you should, I don't know how much you want to talk about it, but I feel like this just shows the character of Steve Koop. I mean, we've talked about you when you were on the cruise in Honduras and you gave every single person there a donation,
sucker.
basically. And
Sucker written across my
no,
forehead.
not sucker. It's generosity. And then the Bass Pro timeshare, you know.
Oh, that's
your-
going to be a good deal.
Sounds like
we're
it.
going to have fun down there. I've been wanting to go there anyway, so.
Do you have history giving in to like pushy salesmen though? Because it sounds like
Well, we did this. Angie and I did this one time. Went to Las Vegas and went to the two-hour spiel,
if you can do it in Vegas, I feel like
and
you
we
can do
turned
it.
it down.
Yeah.
And we said we're never doing that again. And then 2 weeks ago, I'm trying it again.
Out of the two of you, who has a harder time saying no?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angie could do it all day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to waste her time, but she'll probably go along with me.
She's just
We're
acting
not. I have no interest in a timeshare though.
You should say that
I
she
don't. I
is. She's got kind of like. I mean, she's blonde. Like you could say she's your German wife that doesn't speak English, so she just sits there the whole time.
Don't even talk to her.
Yeah, maybe
could
get her
do
a
that.
little accent, like a
We could
few
do that.
words, and
Thank you.
danke. Yeah.
Anyway, this is just another. I've heard so many examples over the years. I mean, you've had hired hands total your trucks or farm equipment, and you just say, "Well, don't do it again." Or
Well,
you've had people.
I backed a combine into a grain cart, and it was $75,000 in about 10 seconds.
You did?
Well,
Yeah.
that's a different example.
That was like 2 hours after Rachel came out. She was playing at UNI, and she had 2 hours on a Saturday. She rode with me. She said, these combines should have backup cameras. And I go, I don't think we need that.
Did they have
An hour
no?
later, I backed it into the grain cart and smashed the whole back. We had insurance, but pretty good deductible.
Okay. So that's a good example of probably why you are more gracious.
I don't even know where we were going with that.
I'm just trying to set you up to talk about this.
Oh,
This Envoy.
well, I have a friend, and his car, I don't think it was going as bad as the mechanic told him. He said it was rusting out enough that it was going to do one of these.
what happened to Isaac's truck, where the frame just falls.
So his actually did do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I had an old Subaru, the one I was talking about. I
Yeah,
gave him my
miles young.
Subaru, and then I bought his Envoy from him for $1,000.
Okay.
Then he could use that $1,000 to fix up the Subaru. And now I have the Envoy. I was cleaning out my office, and I thought, I need room. So I stuck all that clothes in that Envoy, packed it in there.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to sell the Envoy.
Okay.
That's a whole boring
Yeah.
story.
No, it's great. I
Well,
think
you left out the detail. I mean, he's gonna have to fix it up, do all this stuff, and then he's like, he's gonna sell it for like half of what he bought it for. Like he's just constantly doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
No,
soul.
no, please. I don't want anybody to know any of this stuff.
One
Well,
more.
Too late.
All right.
sorry.
My buddy Greg has a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Oh yeah.
These are farming questions. How much is ground worth per acre in your county?
Good ground is selling $17,000.
Depends on the CSR too.
Is
Right?
on CSR too.
I'll tell him.
I would say on average 12.
All right. He asked, how did your family farm end up in Iowa? That's because of your grandpa.
His uncle, yeah, my grandpa. His uncle was already in Iowa, and then when
Okay.
he came over, yeah.
Average corn and soybean yield.
Oh, beans.
First of all, before you say that, I wouldn't have any idea how to answer.
What's
this
the
question.
unit of measurement?
Are
here?
you
Bushels
saying a
per
number?
acre.
Are you saying oh yeah? I mean, we're like on the scale. We're probably like an A plus. You know,
We're like
Yeah.
we're orange is red.
like is this a poundage? Is this a ratio? Is this a
well,
bushel?
first time farmer will learn this.
Yes.
Bushel per acre.
Bushels per acre.
Okay.
He already knows
Oh,
CSR
BPA.
too. Yeah,
That's
bushel
what
per
BPA
acre.
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So corn probably went about 225.
Okay.
And let's guess. Beans are probably 140.
And you said 225. You mean 225, not 2.25.
Bushels
Great.
per acre.
Making sure.
Time and I, what beans?
65.
Overshot it.
Yeah.
We were thinking 140.
We got really dry August, September.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't
great.
know
We
that.
had
I didn't know
potential
that.
to go much higher, but we don't have irrigation.
That sets me up for my last question here, which is average rainfall.
Oh gosh, I think it's 34 inches in the whole precipitation the whole year, something like that.
Per year.
Yeah.
What do you think is that?
Well, we got about 20 this year.
Is
We
that
were
around
25? We were way down.
How different is Iowa and Kansas with all that stuff?
Iowa's not as hot,
Yeah.
right? And it's a lot deeper soils. So we got usually black dirt and then clay under it, and that'll hold a lot of water. It'll hold 12 inches of water in the soil probably.
So is that why there's more crops in? I mean, is there
Well,
more, are there more crops in Iowa, or
And
do
more
you guys do a lot
water.
of cattle still?
Like corn takes a lot of water.
Mm-hmm.
And so corn is the most valuable crop for us to grow.
Okay.
So that's why, I mean, you'd want to grow corn more. It takes a lot of water to grow corn. So
Does
I
Kansas
think
have black dirt?
some, yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, some places it's shallow soil, and I think there's some rock under it. I mean, but I'm sure Kansas has some excellent soils too.
Thank you. Roast, roasters from Main Street, roasters from Main Street.
It was brought to you by Jeff Moore, or was it?
Jeff Moore and the Roasters.
Jeff Moore and the Roasters. Main Street Roasters is once again sponsoring this show, sponsoring this podcast, and once again being your one-stop shop for all things coffee this Christmas season. So whether you're a coffee drinker and looking to save a little money, whether you are looking to save a little money on gifts for someone else in your life who's a coffee drinker, Main Street Roasters is where you want to go. Check out their site. They have an array, a myriad of different options, different flavors, however you like them, K-cups, beans, grounds. Check it out.
Check it out.
You're going to have fun checking it out.
They just sent me a 5-pound bag of beans. It's nitro season, baby.
Hunt them up.
It's time. It's time. I'm a Colombian Supremo guy myself, single origin. But they have all sorts of holiday flavors right now, Christmas flavors, if you will, that are exclusive, limited time offers. So go to mainstreetroasters.com, GRKC, 10% off. Raw.
Good boy, Nitro.
Good boy, Beans. Good boy, Bo Bob.
Non-farming question, but how excited are you to go to Buc-ee's later today?
Oh, I can't wait. I love Buc-ee's.
What's on the shopping list?
I'm going to get at least 10 jars of their beets. I'm going to get maybe 5 jars of their pickled asparagus. The barbecue sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
You go chop brisket? What do you go with?
I think chopped brisket
Yeah,
today.
that's
I like
good
the barbecue sauce too. I might get some Buc-ee's barbecue sauce.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then Rachel likes she calls them beaver teeth, but they're
I think because you initially called them beaver teeth.
she called them that first, and I liked it. But wait,
beaver nuggets.
beaver nuggets.
Oh, the beaver nuggets
those
are
are
my
good.
favorite. Yeah.
And I'm thinking about doing like your Uncle John,
What's that?
parking at the fuel
Oh,
pumps,
yeah, you're obsessed with this.
even though I'm not getting fuel.
You can't believe that.
Steve Triplett told me John always parks at the fuel pumps,
Of course he does.
even if he's not
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, I know my coach. Yeah, that's what my coach would
I don't
do.
know anyone that does that.
It doesn't surprise me from John. It doesn't surprise me that Steve's giving him a hard time for
Yeah.
it too.
You said if you lived somewhere else, you'd get a part-time job at Buc-ee's.
Oh, that'd be fun. I don't know what job I would do though. I don't think I'd want to work in meat all the time.
All right, don't want to work in meat.
No,
You're saying
stacking
what job at Buc-ee's would you do?
loading the aisles up with jars.
What about the
of-
fudge guy? Be a fudger.
Oh no! Have you seen him making the tortillas? Oh, the machine.
Oh, you could be a tortilla machine.
Have you seen that?
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
think so.
that's great. You can stand there and watch it. It's a Rube Goldberg machine.
It's like a planner.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I feel like Buc-ee's would be a fun place to work because no one there is like in a hurry. Like you don't go to Buc-ee's for a quick stop in. Like everyone's willing to wait in line, pretty happy to be there. You know,
I've only been to one Buc-ee's, just the one down by Stratford.
it's the best
Yep.
one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
This
And
one.
they're having one in up by Liberty.
Oh really? There's
I
one.
think-
Yeah,
it's
coming to
in.
Legends.
Legends. Yeah.
Is that area or not?
Liberty's not that area, but
Well,
close enough.
this whole area is
North.
You know, I'm up at home, north, south, east, west. So easy for me. I am so confused in Kansas City.
Really?
Oh gosh, I don't know what it is.
It's a big grid.
It's big.
It's a big. I don't know if you know this.
Sprawling.
Huge.
It's huge here.
Sprawling.
Yeah. Do you get intimidated driving here?
If Angie's navigating, I'm fine.
Oh, really?
I like to be in the driver, but
Yeah.
I just, oh man, it's just sprawling.
That's good.
Trying to think of anything else. Worst weather you've ever had on the farm. Like you ever had your crops blow away, tornado, frozen. You had a tornado.
Tornado followed by a flood 2 weeks later.
Oh, geez.
We had a mile-wide tornado come through. We weren't home. We were in Pella, southern Iowa.
Good windows.
And
good accountants.
Yeah. And we got word that the houses were gone south of us. And we were like, what do you mean gone? He said, a tornado went through. It was a mile wide. It took out like half of the town of Parkersburg. And then it came over just north of New Hartford and took probably another 50 houses. And so after you harvest, there's corn stalks still there. And we just no-till, so we plant right in the corn stalks. After that tornado went through, it was bare ground.
It even
Nothing
took
was
like
left.
the roots with it.
Wow.
It was a EF5.
Wow.
Jeez.
It was a monster.
And so does your insurance cover like acts of God like that?
Yeah, I have. I don't have very good crop insurance.
Why would you?
Well, I just do the bare minimum just for like a catastrophic. So it's based on how many bushels I have at the end of the year.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, not good.
I don't plan on being a farmer. Maybe, but I am a dad. Do you have any advice or things you look back on? You're like, I'm glad I did this with my family, or that's the more fun question. Or if you have any things of like, man, I wish I would have done this, or anything as you look back, you have more perspective on.
I think anybody that says they don't have regrets is lying.
Sure.
I feel like every time I've seen you watch home videos, you have regrets.
Oh, there's the first one right there.
Like what?
I should have kept my mouth shut during home videoing because then it's embarrassing. What the things I'm saying are so stupid and annoying, and everybody knows it. And they laugh; they think it's so funny. But when you're the one, when you're doing videos, like just let them be and just let's see.
There's an old home video. I'll let you think a little bit of. I think Tim, I don't know how old he was, 6 years old or whatever, but he had the door open in the summertime.
In or out,
and
Tim.
there's a home video of him just going, Tim, in or out, in or out. And they love saying that back at him because he's like, why did I care about that? That's not important. Why did I care about the air conditioning?
I went through
you're training. No, you're training your son.
I went through the uptight years. Being uptight about stuff like that is just stupid.
Okay.
Angie always said, make big things big and little things little.
Yeah.
And she's right on that.
Sure.
Just like, and I wish I would have, I wanted to farm. I didn't miss any of the kids' events, but I was gone a lot of evenings out in the fields.
Yeah.
I'd just say back off a little bit on the workload.
Sure.
Because your kids are only little for a little while.
Right.
Very short time.
Right.
Like, how old's your oldest?
7.
So in 11 years, she'll be going to college.
We'll see.
Just think of that.
Yeah.
And once they hit junior high,
I know.
you have to wait to see how fast the time goes. But I would say don't be uptight, and just spend as much time with them as you can. Really, I spent a lot of time with my kids. I really did. But boy, now that they're gone, I wish I would have spent more time with them.
What's like some of your favorite vacations or memories or anything like that? You got any like?
Well, all the ones that Angie
really
planned.
Yeah,
they wanted me to plan some vacations, and nobody liked them. Because I spent way too much time in the redwoods because I liked the redwoods. So, they're going to like the redwoods too.
Yeah.
Is it true that on Rachel's birthday, you took her to St. Louis for a Cardinals game?
Yeah, she's still. So each of them got a senior trip. Rachel wanted to go to Hawaii, and I'm like, I don't know if we're going to Hawaii. Then now she's gotten to Hawaii with you, but so what about St. Louis?
The Hawaii of the Midwest.
So we did the Arch, and Tim's the one that got to take a friend along, which they laugh about.
Yeah.
So we went.
Tim got to go to a baseball game with a friend on
they
Rachel's
didn't
birthday.
even remember that I took them to the. Is it Worlds of Fun or is that in Kansas City?
Oh,
Six Flags.
Six Flags. They didn't remember that I took them to Six Flags. That's how much they didn't like the trip. Like, yeah, we went to Six Flags, and it was right about that time all that stuff was going on in Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
We were driving.
So great time to move to go through St. Louis.
We had every one of the off ramps.
You know what? People are talking about St. Louis a lot these days. Let's go see what the fuss is all
See
about.
what it's all about.
And we went to the brewery. Well, they don't drink much. I liked the brewery myself.
They don't drink much. Were
Just-
they in high school?
Yeah.
My kids were good in high school.
That's
I
great.
think.
Yeah. I bet they were.
Yeah.
Which is why you probably shouldn't have taken them to the brewery. Oh my gosh. That's great. Going to St. Louis. What about
One time I took Tim down here we've gone to a lot of the Big 12 basketball tournaments.
okay.
And I said, let's get some of that good Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I saw this food truck by the stadium. Let's try that. That'll be authentic.
Yeah,
That'll
yeah.
be good. Tastes like diesel fuel. I mean, I
You
say
love diesel
that
fuel.
I say that figuratively, but I mean this one really tasted like diesel fuel. I don't know if when they were cooking the meat, what the
Yeah.
source of the heat was.
Oh my gosh.
That was disappointing. But I think Iowa State won, so that was all right.
Was it, at Sprint Center?
Yeah.
I might have gone. I mean, they won so
This
many
would have
years.
been, he was maybe a senior in high school. It was quite a while ago, but they've done pretty well in the tournament.
Yeah.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
All right, so instead of the bad vacations, one last one is on favorite vacation or trip
Oh gosh.
with the family.
Man, we had a lot of good vacations. I'm trying to think of what. I always like going to Red Rock. It's just a lake in Iowa, and we'd be there for 4 or 5 days and a lot of boating and camping stuff. And just,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm not. And we went like Orlando and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm
You
not
just like
into
time-
amusement
yeah.
parks aren't all that big of a deal.
Slower time.
Yeah.
Love it.
Boating, we always liked a lot of boating.
Yeah.
And Tim always liked to go to games. So if we were in Chicago, we'd go to a Cubs game. Wherever we were, we'd try to hit a game.
Yeah. You knew pretty quick that Tommy was going to be the farmer and Tim was going to not be farmer. Huh?
Yeah, and that's
Sounding-
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it.
All right, good stuff. Any final words to the Ghosties? Last chance.
Yeah. What do you think about all this stuff?
Oh, I think this is incredible. And that thing at Branson was awesome.
Yeah.
All of your events, and when you meet the Ghosties, they're great people. They're fun to talk to. And I said to Jake, you ought to have a ghosty thing at the farm pond sometime if in Iowa.
Meet up in Iowa.
Yeah.
He's ready to host.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
My kids, I mean, Hattie especially, but now Bo too, because we went to the Field of Dreams, just have the greatest impression of Iowa. They just
that's
want to,
good.
because, Hattie going to the wedding, she had so much fun. Like, we got to come back sometime soon. So
Yeah. Well, you can come up pheasant hunting too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got any pheasant hunting? You
We do. Yeah, a lot of pheasants
got some good
around.
stories? You got any?
I've gone probably 2 times a year for 50 years, and I think I've gotten 1 pheasant with a gun and 1 I got last winter with my car, and I ate it. You're not supposed to. That's not legal. Whatever. But I had it in a crock pot with some cream of rice and stuff, and it
Hey,
was
sounds like-
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought, the coyote doesn't get this one. I get this
There you
one.
go.
And the worst thing was a hen.
Oh,
But I hit it with my car.
how would you know? Yeah.
Put it in the Subaru, went to church, came home after church, cleaned the pheasant. Do you know why we shoot the roosters instead of the hens, obviously?
Right. Yeah. Because they are the ones making more babies.
Yeah, and you only need about 1 rooster for 10 hens.
Yeah. I've always heard like shooting
Yeah.
a hen is like shooting 50 roosters.
Yeah.
Like that.
But the roosters spend too much time fighting
Yeah.
instead of
Oh, man.
F word, fertilizing. Fertilizing. Instead of fertilizing.
Jeez.
So you've only
So you
shot,
want to have the ratio like 10
Yeah.
to 1. Yeah.
you've only shot a few pheasants ever, and Jake
I
shot like a
I
million.
carry my gun. I'm too slow, and I just see him fly up. I maybe point a little bit, and then
Yeah.
watch the dog run around.
So fun.
My dog's no good either. She's a great dog, but she's good for like 10 minutes, and then she'll be right at your heels. And when you're walking, you feel your heel hit the bottom of her head, and they're just about tripping you. And you're like, get back. And
Yeah.
she just won't.
It's a great hunting dog.
Yeah.
You need to tell her it's a girl.
Yeah, Lila.
Good girl.
She smells so bad right
Good
now.
girl, Lila. Smells so bad. Stinks to high heaven.
She goes running with me, and she found something dead, and I cannot get that off her. It smells horrible.
Got some sort of scum on her. He
Yes.
said.
Awesome.
All right, we'll end it there.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm sorry I boringed it up for the whole.
No,
time.
people
That's
are
what
gonna
Rachel
love it.
says.
Stop.
We're gonna
Yeah.
love it.
Boring it up.
No, I love hearing perspectives and different. I mean, it's so fun to just know why Rachel is the way she is. It's obviously because of you. So, no, it's
She got all my bad qualities and all of my wife's good qualities.
It's fun to add to the the scope of people we had on the podcast. We've had a rapper, we've had a golfer, now we got a farmer, you know,
right.
so just keep adding to it.
That's right.
So thanks for being on.
Well, thank you. That was fun.
Yeah.
Koop Farms.
Let Steve know everything you loved about this episode because he's the man.
I got some more ideas about the first-time farmer.
All right. We'll chat off the pod. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. We good here, Jake? You want to do comments of the week or you want to just end it here? I know we're on a little bit of a time crunch this
Oh,
week.
yeah. Everyone do a win of the week real quick.
Oh.
I forgot about that. Thank you, Brad.
Timon, what's your win of the week?
I was just about to find what I had written down. Anyone else have one in the meantime?
My win of the week is I'm making up my own narrative here. All right. It's not officially true, but my win of the week is that Ben Rector and Forrest Frank are ghosties because they both have songs that are talking about being a rich man. And we talked about being filthy rich and things that matter one time. So I bet that's why they both wrote songs about being rich.
Yeah.
So Ben Rector's got a really great new song out. It's really sweet. And Forrest Frank did one like a couple months ago. And we talked about it right before all that. So
And if you scroll down, I think in the credits of the song, it says like Jake,
it says Jake and
Triplet
Brad.
Yeah.
it does.
We're in there.
Just
We're
writers,
on top
not
of
like
Right. I mean,
Contributors.
listen, who knows, guys? There's not officially anything, but Ben or Forrest, if you want to comment and just confirm it, youtube.com/Ghostrunners podcast. That'd be great.
I think my win of the week has got to just be the pheasant hunt still. I mean, just by far the most fulfilling, joy-filled weekend I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. Just laughed so much.
You know, it's a
was
great
great.
trip when you're like thinking about it a lot, like multiple days later.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I can't stop.
I know, dude. It was awesome.
It was great.
Yeah.
I thought I might find something more interesting in my notes, but the one thing I think of is this is like a fun, more of like a tidbit thing. But on the flight home from San Diego, when they're asking you what drinks you want, I was like, I'll get a Dr. Pepper. And can you put like as little ice as you're allowed to in it? And then he came back and it was like 2 little ice cubes. So I got
That's nice.
way more Dr.
They
Pepper
love
than
to fill it up.
They do.
Good for you, man.
Thank
You know what? Next time, ask for the can.
Oh.
Some airlines have started giving the can.
Some airlines give it, which makes me think they'll all give it if you ask.
Really? Next
I'm
time
not,
I will.
I'm not one to
yeah.
ask, but if they say, "Would you like the can?" I say, "Yeah."
Yeah, for sure.
That sounds awesome.
What airline were you on?
Southwest.
Yeah, I think American gives the can.
Interesting.
I think so.
Can, that makes sense.
Southwest can. It's not in there.
No.
It's not in there. American.
Yeah.
That's how you remember it. Mnemonic device.
That is
Steve
a
Koop,
good
you got
win.
a win of the week?
I'm just glad I can run again. I never
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
thought I was just going to be walking
Yeah.
and I'm running. I'm just thrilled about it.
Yeah, you're doing 2-3 miles every day.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt.
No problems.
Can't figure
awesome.
it out. I'm waiting for something to drop.
It's
here,
the
but
beats.
The beets,
Drop the
fish
beat
oil
drop.
and beets.
Yeah. Fish oil. See, like you're like accidentally doing all these things that are very healthy for you.
Yeah, but I do so many unhealthy things.
I
I
know.
love sugar.
He does love M&Ms and a bunch of
I
other
probably
stuff.
put more ketchup on than fries on my fries.
That's great. All right. Hey, thanks, Steve. As always, great to see you, man.
You too.
It's
Love
fun,
you guys.
fun to have you, man.
Glad we all got in the room together.
Yeah. Like,
Good time.
Fun time.
Great.
All right. We'll see you guys on Monday. Happy Thanksgiving out there to
Happy
everybody.
Thanksgiving. That's right.
Tomorrow is
Tomorrow.
Thanksgiving.
Go Cyclones.
Clone them.
Go Cyclones. Go 2 strings.
This is
Go Swathers.
I think Target.
Go Swathers.
Swath them.
GRKC20 at roback.com. We're not wearing it, but somebody out
You
there
can imagine
is.
it.
Oh, Roback joggers.
Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Good jogs. All right. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. Ghostrunners Podcast. Every